Hi, I'm Dilly MacFarlane, and this is the Alumni Special. Today we have two guests with us from Mount St. Vincent to talk to us about the Host Family Association. And I'd like to begin by introducing and welcoming Carol Hartsman, who is the advisor for international students. Is that right, Carol?
That's right.
For Mount St. Vincent, and you're also active in the Host Family Association.
Right.
In addition to being an assistant professor of Spanish here in the Modern Languages Department. So, Carol, tell me about the Host Family Association. What is it?
With pleasure. The Host Family Association, it's a volunteer, community-based organization which links international students with families residing in Canada, particularly here in Nova Scotia and the Halifax-Dartmouth area. And the purpose is to exchange cultures, to develop a friendship, really, amongst these people of different cultures, and to be of mutual benefit to the Canadian families and the international students.
I see. Now, how was the need for this association determined? How was that, how did you discover that need?
I feel that I've been at the Mount in this part of Canada since 1970, and I had felt all along that it was difficult for international students coming here to Nova Scotia because the community was quite homogeneous, and there weren't a lot of international people living in the community, and there wasn't a lot of opportunity for the students to get off the campuses and get to meet Canadians and get into Canadian homes. And some of these students graduated from the Mountain, from other universities, without ever having gotten into a Canadian home. And perhaps having really gotten to know Canadians, which was a loss for the Canadians and a loss for the students. And it is under the auspices really of, or the encouragement we can say, of Lenore Mencher, who had come here from the States and had worked actively with host family programs in the States, particularly in Nebraska, that the host family program in Halifax and Dartmouth was launched. And with the encouragement of Jim Morrison at the International Education Center at St. Mary's, we put together a group of interested people and a pilot project and said, let us try to match some families living here with some international students and see if we can fill a need that we had perceived.
I'm interested to get a picture of international students who attend universities here in Halifax. What nations would they represent?
Well, let us speak specifically about the students that are participating in the host family program. They represent approximately 30 nations and 5 continents. So they have come here from all parts of the world to study in this region and are attending one of the 5 universities in the region with which we cooperate, so that the program works cooperatively with the other universities, principally with St. Mary's and Dalhousie and the Technical University.
And for the most part, these would be students who would come for a 3 or 4 year program of study and would return to their home when they're not in the summertime, or if that would be possible. Is that?
Some of them return, some of them stay here and go to summer school, some of them go to other parts of Canada if they can, or if they have perhaps friends or connections. It depends.
Now, when a host family participant is wanting to get involved with foreign students, I'm sure they have lots of questions to ask about international students. I suppose foreign student isn't really the right term, is it? International describes the character of the students better, I would suppose. When they're wanting to get involved, how do you describe the students to them? For instance, what age group do they represent?
Well, we're talking about university students who have come to study and could be 18 years of age and older. They are also graduate students who could be almost any age, but people who have arrived in this area for the first time. And we look to match students who are new to Canada and new to Nova Scotia, because we feel those are the students who most need the contact. And after you've spent maybe a first year or 2 years, you've already made some adjustment to the region and you're less needy. And what we do is we have a brochure that describes the program, and it also has application forms in it for both the host family and for the international students. And we ask people to indicate what their home is like, who identify themselves, fill out their interests, the languages spoken at home, if they have any preferences with regard to an international student that they may wish to invite into their home. And what we do is to basically ask the student the same kind of things, kind of information, and we operate a matching service. We try and match a student with a family, or match two students with one family, depending.
Do you have enough families to participate for the number of students who apply?
I'm glad you've asked that question. We are always in need of more families. That is our continual need. And since we're a volunteer group and find it difficult to publicize our organization because we have limited funds and limited resources, personal resources, we are always in need of additional families who might want to participate but haven't learned about the program or don't know how to participate. And yes, we definitely need families, certainly.
Now does the relationship between the student and the family, the host family, would that continue over the 4 years of the student's study?
It very well may, and we leave that quite flexible, that the commitment that the family makes is a commitment for the first year that the student is here in Canada and at university. And after that, it depends. If a friendship, a natural friendship develops and these people are comfortable with each other, we hope they'll continue to have each other as student and host family for as long as they wish. But the commitment really that we ask of them specifically is that they make that 1 year commitment. Many families continue for far more than 1 year.
Carol, do you ever hear from former participants, former students who have graduated and returned to their homes? Have you heard from them and what has their response been to the program?
We have heard from them. We get letters and we get postcards, and they say, "You're not forgotten. We remember you affectionately, and we really wish you'd come and visit and that we could be there again with you and working with the program and helping, and that it meant a lot to us." And shortly we're going to have a farewell party for an international student who's worked on the advisory board and closely with us for, I think maybe certainly 4 years that I can think of. And we're having a going away party for her. And I anticipate that we will try and keep in touch with this young woman who's going off, who was a graduate student finishing a doctorate in biology, and I hope that we'll keep a good link with her.
Oh, that's lovely. You know, I'm thinking of the international students that I've met here during my experience at the Mount. I have found for the most part that they're very serious students to have invested this time, energy, and whatever financial resources are available to come so far from home to study. I often think that because they appear to be such serious students that I wonder what they do for fun. And in a strange country where they may not be familiar with access to their particular brand of entertainment or enjoyment, I wondered how they would cope. And this sounds like a marvelous way for them to find pastimes and things to do when they're not studying, which isn't too often. As I say, I know that they're very conscientious students. So it's marvelous that this program has been so effective. How many host families do you need to provide for your immediate needs for this year?
Oh, you're asking me a loaded question. I could say we need hundreds of host families. We need, it's hard to put a figure on it and say we need a certain number. We are in a position where we cannot fulfill all the needs that of the incoming students who would like host families. Certainly we welcome as many families as would like to participate. And I think we should also mention that we offer the families to a structure of sorts. We offer them a way of participating so we feel like one large extended family.
I see, so you have group activities.
We do.
Oh, that's marvelous.
And so that they don't have to, a family doesn't have to feel, well, I will set up a relationship with this international student. I'll have to dream up every couple of weeks things to do with the international student, and I'll run out. I'll have shown the student Halifax, and I'll have taken the student on the ferry and out to eat, and had the student for one of the holidays. But so we do have structured events.
That's good. I'm sure that must be a great help.
It is, and it gives them a sense that they meet other families that are in the program, and they can compare notes, and the students meet other students, and it is helpful. It is a supportive network, and it's a lot of fun.
Great.
So,
I'm going to find out just about how much fun it is when I talk to Nelly Chandler. Hi, Nelly. Welcome to my show. It's nice to see you here. You graduated from Mount St. Vincent twice, I understand.
Twice, yes.
Recently, in 1984, with a Bachelor of Arts. And weren't you one of our very first gerontology graduates?
One of the first three. One of the first three, actually, when the program started. And we didn't know the first thing about it. In fact, I had to ask, what is gerontology, when someone suggested that I take it.
And you're still studying now?
I still study now.
You're a graduate student at Dalhousie, I
At
understand.
Dalhousie, yes.
Oh, that's great. Nellie, what is your role in the Host Family Association?
Well, I am a host family to begin with, and I'm also treasurer. I'd like to handle all the money that this young lady here likes to spend.
and I do like to spend it.
Nellie, how long have you been involved with the Host Family Association?
Since the beginning.
I see. And that's how many years?
Approximately 6.
I see. And how many students have you sponsored or have you greeted into your family as a host family?
2 as listed, but then I have several other of their friends, and they seem to keep adding. You know, one year I have 2, and the next year I have 4, and one year we had an extra one, and we finally got her into the Host Family Association. She apparently missed out when she came to university.
Oh, I
So
see.
she was the one from Grenada.
Right. And where was the other student this year
St.
from?
Lucia.
Now, didn't you just come back from St. Lucia?
Yes, I had a very interesting return trip. They were hosting me for a change.
Your student.
My student's family, yes.
And this is Donna.
This is Donna Cooper.
Donna Cooper. And did you go on your own on this trip, or you had your mother with you?
I had my
understand?
mother with me.
So it was a family reunion.
Family reunion, because my mother had also hosted the girls down in Chester when I wanted to take them to the country to see the countryside. We went to Chester, and my mother hosted them there, and also one of my daughters lives there.
Oh, that's great. You brought some photographs for us to look at of
Yes, I
that.
did.
The first one that we're looking at is on the beach.
On the beach, Donna wanted me to see the mountains and the beach and the city and the country and everything all at once, and I only had one tiny little weekend.
Oh, dear.
So this was 1 hour we devoted to the beach.
Now, who is this with? Donna is on the right in this photograph, is she not? And her
Yes,
mother?
and her mother.
She's a very young-looking mother. I thought
Yeah,
it might have been her sister.
No, she's principal of a school, and Donna has finished her courses here and was accepted as a teacher in her own locality, so she's just a short hop and skip and run jump to school, and very happy with it.
Now, this next photograph looks like it might be a lot of fun. We're enjoying a dinner here, I think.
Yes, you'll notice the different dishes are there. They're very small, some of them, but Donna had decided that I should try every vegetable and every fruit that wasn't local in Halifax. Most of them were not local in Halifax. I've never even heard tell of some of them.
And you enjoyed yourself,
Enjoyed
I
every
take it.
bit,
Oh,
spoonful
great.
by spoonful. And we also had a champagne breakfast,
Oh, my, lovely.
hosted by her younger sister that's in the picture.
I see. Now, this is a family photograph, and the lady in the foreground of the photo is your mother, I understand.
Yes, she is.
And then Donna's mother.
Donna's mother, and Donna herself and her sister.
I see. And the next photo shows, I guess is that Donna's mother there at the marketplace?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
She decided that we would go very, very early in the morning to the marketplace so that we could stay, and again, I could try all the different fruits.
Great.
Pineapple juice was great. Coconut juice was lovely, but how much can you drink? So I was caught with pouring it over my shoulder when no one was looking. So another one was passed to me, so I didn't gain a thing by trying.
Nellie, it sounds like you had a wonderful time in St. Lucia.
Terrific.
I don't have much time left today to talk to you about the Host Family Association, and I did want to leave a chance to tell our viewers how they can get more information about the program. Nellie, can you sum up for me very briefly what it was like to be a host family?
Yes, it was terrific. I had a daughter from the Mount that studied in France and was very, very lonesome, and when she found out about this, we went into it wholeheartedly, and we went to the orientation, which was terrific because we learned everything that we should know, and then we took our student and went on from there and just absorbed her in our own lifestyle.
So it was a very positive, pleasant
Very
experience.
positive, pleasant experience, yes.
Well, that's just marvelous. Before I say goodbye, I want to thank both of you very much for coming today to talk to us about the Host Family Association. And for the benefit of our viewers, if you would like to have further details on how to get involved with the Host Family Association, you could please contact the Director of Student Services here at Mount St. Vincent at 443-4450, and you can ask to speak with Ruth Jefferson. So for now, it's Dilly MacFarlane saying goodbye, and thank you for joining me today on the Alumni Special.